Hello everyone, this is the second video from the Evolve series. Today we are going to touch a topic that is very close to my heart, and that is confidence. Confidence is something that can make or break the situation. I am going to explain everything using an example and also touch upon what are the factors that can make and break our confidence. So imagine a situation where your senior authority is planning to give you a task in a technology which is relatively new to you. Now it depends on you, the decision is left on you whether to say yes or no to this project. Herein, your confidence plays a very important role. You can either say yes or you can either say no. Depending on what intentions you have behind saying your yes or no, or how did you reach the conclusion of yes or no, the whole pathway will determine your level of confidence. Let's look at different scenarios about what is the level of confidence of a person who says yes and who says no. In the first case, before talking about the cases in general, I would like to define the factors that generally determine our confidence. And the major three factors that I have observed are, the very first thing is clarity, the second thing is competence, and the third thing is your attitude towards the task. Now, what is clarity? Clarity is you exactly know what kind of efforts are required to complete the task. You have very well researched about what exactly is going to be required in terms of time, in terms of technology, in terms of knowledge that you want specifically. So you have done your research well, which is going to give you clarity. You have done your research using reliable sources. So this brings clarity to the situation. The second thing is competence. You might have not worked in that particular technology that your senior authority is expecting you to work in, but you might have worked in similar technologies. You know what is your learning pace. You know how quick or how slow learner are you exactly. What is the time required or the deadline decided by your senior authority to finish the task? So when you take in consideration all these points, you talk about your competence to complete that task. The competence to do anything is the ability to complete that thing successfully, and that comes from practice. So competence is something you should be aware of about yourself before saying yes or no to a situation, which is actually going to determine how well you can accomplish the task. The third thing is your attitude towards the task. Your attitude towards completing a task or even starting a task is very, very important. Because your attitude can either be a force that can lead you to complete the task in a very good way or can be a limiting belief. So you have to check whether my attitude is something that can help me to complete it or my attitude is a limiting belief. In some cases, your attitude can also make you very, very overconfident. Your attitude that just says, if I say no, I might lose this job. If I say no, I might lose this opportunity. If I say no, I have to lose certain things. So if this is the kind of attitude that is making you say yes, then please stop yourself, because this is not going to make you feel confident. You might have heard this many times, fake it till you make it. This is a very general suggestion given about confidence in the society. But you know what, guys, this thing works only for some time and only for some moment. You might be able to start the task very well, but you will not be able to finish the task very well. Even if you finish the task, it will be very exhausting to you. You won't enjoy doing it. You won't like the whole experience of doing it. You will just feel like there was something that I was supposed to do and I have done it. There is no real satisfaction in faking confidence and making something that you really do not resonate with. So let's look at in detail each and every case when you say yes and when you say no. First case is a genuine no. You understand that you are not competent for this particular project. You have researched well how much time does it take to accomplish or to complete a project in this particular technology. You have checked your learning pace, and after deciding on all these parameters, you come up with a conclusion that I am not the suitable person to do this particular task. In such scenarios, your confidence level is exactly in place. You are a confident person to say no to something, and this is good confidence. When you politely say no, and also support your no with the reasons that you can do, and also suggest somebody else's name who you think can accomplish the task in a better way, then you also do not create any negative image or a person who is giving excuses kind of an image in front of your senior authority. The second no is a no based on your limiting beliefs. In this particular case, you are competent. Your learning abilities are in place. The reason that you are saying no can be either lacking clarity or either lacking your attitude. In terms of clarity, you have not done your research properly. You did not see on exactly what is the time frame, I can do it or not. Even if you have researched, you might also feel, this is very new, I have not done it before, how am I going to do it again? There can be some sort of anxiety or overthinking related to doing new things in your head, or you think that my learning pace or my ability to do certain thing will not really take me somewhere, because what I lack is a positive attitude of doing something new. So this can be a result of limiting belief or a result of not having clarity. So the very first thing is to bring clarity to the situation, put light on the situation, ask more questions to your senior authority about what the task is, what is the timeline, and why did the senior authority think that I am a good person to accomplish this task, what are certain things that they are looking for. So doing your research properly will bring a lot of clarity to the situation. And the next thing is changing your limiting beliefs. So changing your limiting belief is very necessary, because if you say no to this task, it is a general phenomena that you are also going to say no to many new things, and you are going to lack opportunities. You are going to shut doors to opportunities, rather, I would say. So working on changing your limiting beliefs and working on bringing clarity will help you to increase your confidence level. Because in this particular case of saying no, where you are competent, is actually a lack of confidence. So herein you should bring confidence level up by improving clarity to the situation of what exactly I want to do, I do not want to do, what my senior authorities are expecting from me, and also what are the limiting beliefs, what are the restrictions that I end up putting on myself. And practice more. People who suffer with limiting beliefs and clarity should work on their competence. Even if they have it, they should practice more to reassure themselves that I can do this, and take some risks so that you are able to accomplish that task properly. And doing this new task will surely improve your confidence level. The second case is saying yes to something. When a person says yes to something immediately, there is a general misconception that the person is very confident. There can be two things, guys. This person can be confident, this person can also be overconfident. So you have to see for yourself in which category do you fall to. So let's again see the 3 check boxes, where whenever you think that you are not sure of your competence, whether or not I can do this thing or not. But there is always an optimistic, positive belief to yourself that just bring me anything, I can do it. There are some people who have this kind of attitude. Now we have to see that this attitude is based on what. So in this case, the attitude box is always ticked. But we have to check for clarity, and we also have to check for competence. The people who say yes immediately may or may not have these boxes checked. So we have to see whether the clarity or competence is present or not. You should ask yourself some questions related to the project, some questions related to the knowledge that is required for the project. Or you can ask some of your friends to test you for that if you are really not sure of whether I can make it or not. It's good to have a positive attitude, but it's also very important to work on your competence and clarity. So for such kind of people, my advice would be to increase your competence first, check whether you can do it or not, have clarity to the situation because unnecessarily saying yes can bring you a lot of burden. We do not want to overcome it to something that we cannot accomplish. The fourth kind of people, or the fourth scenario, is a perfect scenario wherein your competence checkbox is ticked. You know that I can complete this task. I have done my research well. You have clarity to the situation. you have a mentor in place who can walk you through the technology of how should you learn this particular technology, or he or she has done a research into that technology. So you have a support system in place. Even if you have some doubt, or you come across a task which is, or a concept which is difficult to understand, you can go to your mentor and check with him or her. So in this case, your attitude checkbox also gets ticked because you're having a mentor in place. So this is the example of perfect self-confidence. So we should all strive to achieve a perfect self-confidence attitude wherein all our 3 check boxes are ticked. That is clarity, competence, and attitude. Clarity will give you a base work on why, how, and what should be done. Your competence will take care of the execution of the task, whatever the task might be. And your attitude, the positive attitude, the growth attitude, will help you to learn new things. Your attitude will also help you to build good relationship with people in workplace, in families, or also in friends. So this was just an example in which a person's confidence can be tested based on different scenarios. So if you work on these 3 things in any scenario, your tank of confidence will keep filling. Because confidence is a sum total of the experiences we have, or all the attitude we have regarding to the experiences we already had in the past. So this is something that we have to continuously keep working on. This cannot be done in one night. So from today, we will not fake confidence till we make it. We are going to make ourselves confidence. All the best to you guys, and please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Have a nice day.